Okay everybody, in this video we are going to be creating a virtual machine using Microsoft Windows Server 2016 Standard Edition, only we are going to be configuring it as a core server. And this is a pretty quick process, so let's get to it. First we're going to click on New. We're going to identify the name of our server and we're going to call it Temp Server Standard Core. And again, we've got our machine folder as to where we're going to be saving our VM. We're going to select Microsoft Windows. We're going to scroll down and select Windows 2016 64-bit. I'm going to put in, for this machine, because it's smaller and it doesn't have the GUI, we're going to give it 2 gigs worth of space for the memory. Let's create our virtual drive. We'll say create here. We'll go with 50 gig and it will be dynamically allocated. So we'll go to create. Okay, so the initial creation is completed. Now let's finish a couple of things. Right click and then go to settings, and let me just check a couple of things. This looks okay. We'll come down to network and we're going to change this to bridged adapter. Select your network interface card on your local machine, so this thing will have access to the internet and to your local machine. Shared folders, we'll add one, and I just remembered I forgot something here. So I'm going to browse to my shared folder, which is that VM share. I'll scroll down here to the bottom. There's VM share, and we'll select that. And you want to make sure that it's auto mount. Now I need to go back to storage, and I need to modify this. So we'll take this empty CD and we'll just delete that. Then point to your SATA controller up here, and we want to add a new optical drive, and then we'll say choose the disk, which will allow us to point to the ISO image we want to use, and we'll point to this one here, which is our Windows Server 2016 Standard Edition. Okay, and now that's loaded onto that DVD drive, and we can now say OK. So everything's ready to go. Let's start our server up and begin the installation of the operating system onto this VM. Alright, so we have our standard settings here, and we'll go with the defaults. We'll say next. We'll say install now. Okay, we're going to enter in our product key, And so I'm going to turn off my recording here. Okay, I've entered in our product key. Now we need to select whether we're going to go with the GUI or non-GUI core server, and we're going to select the first option, which is our core server, and we'll say next. Then we'll accept our terms. We do custom. We'll select our hard drive, and it will begin copying the files. I'm going to be cutting most of this out because it just unnecessarily lengthens the video. Okay, our server has rebooted, and at this point I'm going to press the right control key and then the delete. And next we need to set up our passwords, so we'll say OK, press enter, and then the password will be capital P ASSWORD 2019 tab capital P ASSWORD 2019. Okay, and then it simply comes back and it says, you know, your password has been changed, so we're good to go there. System finishes its configuration and drops us at a command prompt. Next, what we want is sconfig. And you get this basically text menu. This kind of reminds me of the old days. This is what a lot of our menus look like way back when. In either case, we've got a couple of things that we want to change here. One, we want to change the computer name. Two, we want to enable remote desktop capability. And just check on our date and time. Okay. So first, our computer name. Changing your computer name is going to require a reboot. So temp server std core. Okay, and we get the restart the computer, so we'll do that. Again, we'll get a request for a password entry. We'll do our control delete here. Password, capital P SSWORD 2019. We're back to our command prompt, sconfig. Okay, next what we'd like to do is we want to enable our remote desktop, so we're going to say a 7, and we want to enable, And we're going to select 2, the easier security, and we'll respond with an OK. And you'll now see that this is now enabled. Finally, let's go to check our date and time. So we're going to do a 9. Okay. And it pops up with this. And we want to change our time zone here to Eastern Time. And we'll say OK. We'll say OK. And we are now good to go. The last thing that I would like you to do is I would like you to connect from your local machine, your laptop, workstation, whatever it is you're running this virtual machine on, and attempt to take control of our core server here. So I'm going to go down to, let's see, I need remote desktop. I thought I had an icon down here for it, but I don't. So remote desktop connection, we'll click on that. And before I can connect, I suspect I know what the IP address is right there, but I'm just going to verify my IP address over on my my core server, and I'm going to do an 8. So we'll do 8. We'll select the internet or the network interface, which is 1, and then it shows us all the information. And so my DHCP server within my house has assigned 1.157. So we're going to go over here and we're going to change this to 1.157. We're going to say connect. It now says, okay, give me a username and a password. So we'll put in administrator, password, capital P, ASSWORD 2019. Just take a look at it, confirm, and that's what it is. We'll say OK. We'll say yes to the certificate. Okay, and there we are. We have a remote desktop. So what I would like you to do at this point is let's go back to the main menu. So we'll go number 4 down on our computer here so that you're showing me the name of the server. And then I want you to take a snapshot of this entire screen here. So I'm going to use my sniffing tool, and we'll take a snapshot of all of that. Then take this file and drop it into your Word document, which you will be turning in, and that will complete this. Now let's go back to our server and let's shut it down. So I'm going to do a 14 for a server shutdown. We'll confirm, say yes. And now if we go back to our virtual box, you'll see that our core server is now shut down. So that's the entire process for these 2 servers. Prepare that Word document for me with the screenshots, send it to me per the instructions, and you've covered Lab 1. Congratulations. Talk with you all soon. Thanks.